There's something raw, something primal that grips you when you watch a wild animal chase. It's a feeling deep in your gut. Your heart starts to pound, your breath catches in your throat. You're watching life and death play out right in front of you. It's not a movie, it's real. This is nature at its most honest. There are no second chances out here. Every move, every ounce of speed, every bit of cunning matters. It's the ultimate test of survival, and we get a front row seat. We are drawn to these moments because they remind us of the raw power of the natural world, a world that exists far from our comfortable lives. Why do we find these scenes so utterly captivating? It's because they tap into a fundamental part of our own history. For millions of years, our ancestors were part of this chase. They were the hunter, they were the hunted. That instinct is still buried deep inside us. When we watch a cheetah explode into a sprint, the African savanna is the ultimate stage for these life and death dramas. It's a vast, open landscape where there's nowhere to hide. This is where you see some of the most iconic chases on Earth. Think of a lioness, low in the grass, her muscles coiled like a spring. She's watching a herd of zebra. She's patient. She waits for the right moment for one zebra to stray just a little too far from the group. Then she explodes from her cover. The chase is on. The ground thunders as hooves' paws pound the earth. It's a brutal, breathtaking display of power and speed. I once saw footage of a honey badger taking on a much larger predator. These smaller animals have to rely on their wits' courage. They might not have the raw speed of a cheetah, but they have a fighting spirit that is second to none. A chase involving a honey badger is less about a sprint and more about a relentless, scrappy battle of wills. If you want to see a chase that will make your heart stop, you have to watch the marine iguana hatchling running from a pit of racer snakes. This footage, from the BBC's Planet Earth 2, is the stuff of legends. It's one of the most incredible things I have ever seen captured on film. It's not just one snake, it's a whole nest of them. A tiny newborn iguana emerges from the sand on a remote Galapagos island. It takes its first breaths, and suddenly the ground around it comes alive. Snakes pour out of the rocks, all of them focused on this one tiny creature. The chase begins. The little iguana runs for its life, scrambling over the sharp volcanic rocks. You can see the pure, blind panic in its movements. The snakes are everywhere, slithering with incredible speed, cutting off its path. At one point, the iguana is completely engulfed by a ball of writhing snakes. You think it's over. Your heart sinks. It's a moment of pure despair. You can't imagine anything surviving that. But then, the impossible happens. Through sheer luck and a desperate will to live, the iguana squirms its way out of the tangled mass of snakes. It's free, but only for a second. The chase is back on. Chases don't always happen on land. Some of the most surprising and dramatic hunts take place in the water. One of the most incredible examples is the jaguar hunting a caiman in the wetlands of Brazil. Jaguars are powerful cats, but we usually think of them as land predators. This footage turned that idea on its head. It showed a side of the jaguar that many people had never seen before. The film crew captured a large male jaguar on the bank of a river, staring intently into the murky water below. It was hunting. What it was hunting was a caiman, a type of crocodilian. Normally you'd think the caiman would have the advantage in the water. It's an apex aquatic predator. But this jaguar was not intimidated. With incredible stealth, it moved along the riverbank, keeping its eyes locked on its prey. Then, without a moment's hesitation, it launched itself into the river. It wasn't a tentative entry, it was a full-blown, powerful dive. The jaguar disappeared beneath the surface, and for a moment, everything was still. Suddenly, the water exploded. The jaguar resurfaced, but it wasn't alone. It had the massive caiman clamped in its powerful jaws. When you talk about endurance, no predator on the African plains can match the painted wolf, also known as the African wild dog. Their chases are not about a short, explosive burst of speed like a cheetah's. They are about relentless, coordinated pursuit. A wild dog hunt is a marathon, not a sprint. I've seen footage that follows a pack of these incredible animals as they single out a large antelope like a kudu from its herd. The chase can go on for miles, a grueling test of stamina for both the hunter and the hunted. The key to their success is teamwork. A pack of wild dogs is one of the most efficient hunting machines in nature. They communicate with each other during the chase using yips and calls. Some dogs will run at the front, pushing the pace, while others will hang back, saving their energy. They take turns leading the chase, wearing their prey down bit by bit. It's a highly intelligent and complex strategy. They work together seamlessly, a single unit with a single purpose. Watching them operate is like watching a perfectly drilled military team in action. The end of a wild dog chase can be difficult to watch. The hunt is a cooperative effort, and the spoils are shared among all the members. It's a testament to the fact that, in the wild, brute strength isn't always the key to survival. Sometimes it's all about having the will to never, ever quit. Getting this kind of footage is an incredible challenge. It takes a huge amount of skill, patience, and often a lot of luck. Wildlife camera operators are some of the toughest and most dedicated people I know. They spend months, sometimes years, out in the wild, often in very harsh and remote locations. They have to understand animal behavior inside and out. They need to be able to predict where a predator might hunt or where a herd might move. This isn't just about pointing a camera, it's about becoming part of the landscape and waiting for the story to unfold. The technology they use has become incredible. Long lenses allow them to film from a safe distance so they don't disturb the animals or put themselves in danger. Drones have been a game changer, giving us those amazing aerial shots that show the full scale of a chase, like the iguana and the snakes. They can follow the action from above, providing a perspective we've never seen before. Patience is the most important tool of all. A camera crew can wait for weeks, even months, in a hide or a vehicle, just waiting for a few seconds of action. When we watch these wild chases, we're learning fundamental lessons about survival. Every action, every decision for the prey, it's about awareness and evasion. They have evolved incredible senses to detect danger. Think of a deer's large ears constantly swiveling to catch the faintest sound of a snapping twig, or the wide-set eyes of a rabbit giving it a near 360-degree field of vision. They use their agility and knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, zigzagging to throw off the predator, heading for dense cover where a larger animal can't follow. For the predator, the chase is a lesson in strategy. Energy conservation is crucial. Hunting is hard work, and a failed hunt costs precious energy. A predator can't afford to fail too often. A cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, can only maintain its top speed for a very short time. It has to choose its moment perfectly, getting as close as possible before launching its attack. It must assess the herd, then identify the weakest or most isolated individual. It's a calculated risk every single time. These moments reveal the arms race of evolution. Predators evolve to be faster. In the wild, there are unwritten rules that govern these encounters. It's not chaos. It's a system built on instinct, risk assessment, opportunity. One of the first rules for any predator is to avoid injury. An injured lion can't hunt. An injured wolf can't keep up with the pack. An injury in the wild is often a death sentence. Predators will abandon a chase if the prey is too large, too healthy, or fights back. A kick from a zebra, the horns of a buffalo, can be fatal. The risk is not always worth the reward. Another rule is the principle of surprise. The most successful hunts are the ones that end quickly. Stealth beats long chases. Leopard jaguar masters of the ambush. Camouflage terrain knowledge to get incredibly close without being detected. The prey has no time to react. Surprise is a predator's greatest weapon. Watching these incredible chases, we are given a privileged glimpse into the heart of the wild. These are not actors on a stage. They are real animals fighting for their existence. It's a powerful, humbling experience, and it should fill us with a profound sense of respect for the natural world. These creatures are finely tuned athletes, survivors who have perfected their skills over millennia. They are tougher, faster, more resilient than we can often imagine. They are the true masters of their environments, and they deserve our admiration and our protection. These moments, captured by dedicated filmmakers, are more important now than ever. They connect us to a world that is rapidly disappearing. As our planet faces challenges like habitat loss, climate change, these animals are on the front line. It's a call to action. It reminds us that these incredible animals and their wild homes are worth fighting for. And we must do everything we can to ensure that these wild dramas can continue to play out for centuries to come.